Everyone. Thank you for joining us today for Apsona's 2025 feature highlights and demo webinar. So we are super excited to have you here. My name is Aaliyah Walker. I'm the marketing coordinator at Apsona. I'll kick things off before handing it off to our engineering team for a more detailed walkthrough of what's new. Today's session is all about exploring the latest updates across the Apsona platform. So if you're a Salesforce admin, SI partner, day-to-day user, these enhancements are made to make your work more efficient, secure, and impactful. Here's a brief overview of Apsona for anyone who's new. Apsona has been a trusted solution in the Salesforce ecosystem for over 13 years, serving organizations of all sizes and across more than 10 different industries. Apsona is really designed to complement Salesforce's existing functionality, enhance your productivity, and streamlines your workflows. Our mission is to empower users by giving them complete control over their data and seamlessly working from one platform. I might love to introduce the incredible team joining me today, each playing a key role in shaping the Apsona experience. First, we have Akil, our head of engineering. He leads the charge in building and scaling the tools you rely on every day. And on the right side, we have Pranav, our product manager, who helps turn customer feedback into meaningful product decisions. So with that, I'll turn it over to Pranav.
Thanks, Adi.
Let me screen share and let you take over.
Sure, thanks. Oh, you are able to see my screen. Hi team, good morning, good afternoon. Before I get into the actual agenda of the call, I would like to set up the context. What is the need of this particular call, and what is this call all about? So, as you all know, we had the group sessions of Apsona has till the late of April, and starting May, it has been converted into one-on-one personalized calls. Even though one-on-one personalized calls helps people to solve the queries very faster and get a personalized experience, there was one common feedback that we were getting, like the group sessions were fun, and that was an learning for whoever is joining. Like some people would like to join and listen into the Apsona conversations, and they will learn by the end of the session. They'll be learning a lot. So that's the feedback that we have taken into consideration, and we have started with this feature demo. So what are we going to cover is we'll pick 4 features of Apsona, either the latest released features, or it can be an old feature also. So based on the customer request, based on the common queries that we get it from the support forum, we'll be picking 4 features. So for this particular week, we have picked 4 different features, and we'll be featuring it in a live demo. Post the live demo, we'll be having a Q&A session. So this is going to be a monthly edition, and this is the July edition that we are having. So every month, the 3rd or 4th Tuesday of the week, we'll be having this particular session. So please feel free to register for this webinar, and you can ask any number of features you would like to add to the upcoming demos also. So things being said, the agenda for today's call, we have picked up 4 features. The first feature is auto clear cache. Second one is MSR query analyzer. Third one is rich text enablement in PDF, and no external storage for the PDF. So after these 4 live demos, we have a Q&A session. Please feel free to post any questions that you have in the chat. As and when every feature is done, we'll be either picking it up right after the feature, or we can park it towards the end also. We can have 10-15 minutes discussion on the questions that we have. So moving on to the first feature. So before we move into the first feature, I just wanted to let you know the previous webinar that we had was with respect to the roadmap, Apsona roadmap part of it. So in the Apsona roadmap, we'll be starting off with RFEs. So there are customers who have already started engaging with us via the request for enhancement features. Once the feature has been posted, or if we get more number of customer oaths with respect to the engagement part, we'll be picking it as part of the roadmap. Like there are release, fall release, and summer release. So for every release, we'll be picking the top uh, voted feature, and we'll be developing as part of it, and we'll be releasing. So one among the feature was auto clear cache. In the auto clear cache, uh, so what is auto clear cache? This is the first one of the first features that uh, we took it from the customer. So when I started solving customer cases, this was one common query, like there'll be object update or the field update that is happening in Salesforce, and that will not be reflecting in Apsona. Apsona being browser related uh, platform, cache plays a very major role. So auto clearing cache, yeah, resolved close to 25 percentage of the support cases release, like support cases. Uh, yeah, 25 percentage of the numbers were reduced in the support cases. So how do we set up, like there are more than 40 percentage of the people already using Apsona auto clear cache. So I'm just going to show a demo how clearing cache works in our system. So as you all know, like as and when any fields or objects is misplaced, we can go to the settings and clear cache. So this was the existing feature which was already there. So the two add-ons that we have done is admins can do clear cache for all users. On top of it, for uh, Apsona admins / SF admins of the orgs, in the manage license section, if you go to manage clear cache, there will be a set clear cache feature in which you can set up the frequency. So let's say for now, for this particular org, whichever I'm using, the frequency has been set 6 days. So for every 6 days, the cache will be automatically cleared without any manual intervention. Let's say if I wanted to change it to 2 or 10, or based on the Apsona usage or the changes that are being done in the system, you can decide what is the frequency that you wanted to set and click on set frequency. So this is how you enable this particular feature. And to remove this particular feature, what you can do is you can either set the frequency to -1 or 0. So the hint is already available uh, as a text right above the frequency part. So if you're setting it as 0, -1 or 0, then this particular feature can be disabled. So this is the first feature that we wanted to give it as a live demo. So any questions with respect to the auto clear cache part, please feel free to post. I'll be moving on to the next part of the demo. So the next feature that we have is MSR query analyzer. MSR stands for multi-step report. Like we consider multi-step reporting as a key feature that Apsona has ever released, and this has been the highest used feature by all of our users. And this enables close to, like I've seen people merging up to 40 different objects into one single report and combining this. So what is query analyzer is, this feature is for all the users whoever is using multi-step report to understand what is the query that are being uh, queried inside the tables. So I'll start off with the demo, then I'll be explaining you the multi-step reporting parts, the query analyzer part. So for the demo purposes, I'm navigating to reporting tools, multi-step report. So in my folder, I have a predefined report. So before I run the report, I'll show you what has been chosen. So I've chosen two different objects. First one being accounts, and second one being opportunity. I'm just planning to retrieve all the account ID and account name where the opportunity uh, amount is greater than 0 and opportunity close date is this year, and this is unpaid payments also. So like opportunity ID is an unpaid payments. So I'm also selecting the account wherever the demo is yes. So from the opportunity field, I'm just picking the opportunity account, opportunity amount, the close date, and the relevant fields, whichever I wanted to run as a report. So uh, even though I'm fetching the account related details, all the opportunity related filters has been added in the filter terms of account database itself. So I'll also explain you why this is being done. So when I'm saving and running, you will be getting a report purely based on whatever the fields that I have been selected. So for this account, as a in demo, these are all the opportunities that are available. This is the opportunity account, and we have the opportunity amount, like whatever the fields that I have selected. So there is an analyze button. On clicking analyze, for every step, what are all the queries that are being done will be displayed uh, inside the analyze button. So based on which, sorry. So based on which you will be able to uh, uh, yeah, based on which you will be able to analyze what is the table that are being worked upon, what is the query that are being run upon. So you will be able to see what are all the queries. So for first step, there are two queries. You're selecting the account ID from the opportunity table. So because that's the place where we are putting filter from. And the second step is from the account where the primary object is being selected. So what this number displays is how many times this particular query is being run. So first one, we are filtering based on the from the opportunity table. And second query is being run 96 times wherever this ID is present in that particular name. So that's the first step. And the second step is fairly simple. We are not doing any filters. We're just selecting the relevant fields from the opportunity object. So the linkage happens after that, and you have the relevant output to the for the same. So this will help us identify even if the relevant output is not coming with respect to the MSR. This is the first place that any technical person who understands bit of SQL can look up to into it. So again, Apsona support team is well versed. So if you have any queries, you can directly reach out to us. But in general, if you wanted to have a look how the MSR queries works, please feel free to use this particular feature. Mm, Moving on to the next feature, which is rich text enablement in PDF. So majority of the people knows the support of rich text in the PDF format whenever we are generating PDF or Word document via merge actions. The rich text we always had some limitations. So as part of this particular release, we have made sure that PDF creation is working seamlessly for even for the larger documents, and the support of the rich text with respect to the table, with respect to the bulleting points, with respect to hyperlinks, or even bold, italic, uh, all the formatting related things are being supported into the system. So to show you a very quick demo of the rich text, so I've selected a plain vanilla template, which is the merge field that I've chosen is text area rich, and I'm choosing an account object where I have a text area rich field where there is a detailed rich text field uh, sorry, which has bold bulletin points, table, anything and everything that uh, yeah, even the currencies we have tried to include everything that was not earlierly supporting from the Apsona part. So I have the previous version also. So I'll run the previous version. Before enabling the rich text field, I'll go to the, I have an Apsona demo object where rich text has not been enabled. So I can show you where it'll be, and it will be showing an error. So I've chosen the same account when I'm trying to do the merge mail. I told you now. So the template, I'm choosing the same template, I'm choosing the same merge field. When I'm running, there'll be an error. So because I haven't enabled the rich text as part of this particular demo part. So after enabling, so what happens is I'll quickly show you in this Apsona tab. So this is the latest version of Apsona where I have enabled rich text field. I'll go to the same filter. The data remains the same. The merge action remains the same. It's just that how it works will be slightly different. So I'm selecting the same 22 July demo, the same template, same PDF I'm generating. And I'm saving and running. I'll get the downloaded file, which has the entire rich text area, including the bulleting points, including bold, including the currencies, tables, everything, whichever has been part of the existing text area over here. So this is all with respect to the rich text enablement LTD. So for the next feature, I'll pass it on to Akhil.
Thanks, Pranav. I will let me first set the context. So we have launched a new feature where the file doesn't have to be stored on Apsona servers. To show you the difference between old architecture and new architecture, I have created a small infographics equivalent diagram, architecture diagram. So as of today, you are using Apsona from your browser. So your Salesforce org hits our firewall. So we use Linode firewall. Based on that, the PDF request generation request goes to a pool of PDF servers. Effectively, the data goes in flight and PDF conversion happens here. And the old architecture, we store the PDF into temporary storage within the PDF server. It's a secure server. So effectively, we kind of do a temporary storage of PDF so that the file is hosted somewhere and it can be accessed whenever the request is made. Right. So if you check our documentation, we have committed to auto delete file within 2 hours. So basically we delete these files within the 2 hours. And whenever the client hits on that download button, the file is hosted on our server and goes to the client. This is the old architecture. In the new architecture, what we have done is, so the Apsona application is hosted the same way. On a browser, you contact Salesforce org. Whenever you make a PDF generation request, the PDF generation is still happening on our secure Apsona servers. But the data stays in flight. But when we have to store the file, we can do the file storage on your client org itself. If I go back, so there is some configuration update that you need to do that. But that's the key difference that has come up. I'll do a small demo so that you also get to know how is it different and what has changed. right? So consider, I'll run a very simple PDF generation request. So I go to merge. It's a very simple PDF template. It's creating a PDF file. I'll run this. So this is the old architecture. Okay. So let me just copy this link. So if I click on this, the file gets downloaded. So the file is coming to me, but to show you what's the source of this file, I'll do the copy link address and I'll show you this, right? So this shows that this is hosted on our Apsona server node 22 and it's a temporary file. So if you try using this link after 2 hours, it won't work, right? So now if I go to this is a place where I have set up a new architecture. I have configured it, enabled it. Now, if I go to contacts, I will just take one simple example. If I go to contacts, make merge, again, a very simple PDF generation. Here again, it's a PDF generation. Hit run. So from the client perspective, the experience remains the same. There is no change. It's just that, so if I click on this download happens, but the difference is in terms of security and the control over your own data. If I do this copy link address, open in a new tab, you will see that this file is stored in Salesforce itself. So, so your data coming back to the diagram. In this case, the data or that file stays with Apsona servers for 2 hours. So we are SOC 2 compliant. We are now HACWED compliant. So that way, it's a secure server. We have certifications. We have validated it. We have proof of file deletion and all. But this is a common request that has come up to ensure that there is no external storage which is happening. So this kind of gives a much stronger compliance to your own data policies, and clients who are looking forward to it, I'll certainly request you to go for apply for early access. So here's the link to early access. So basically, I just want to highlight that out of these features that we are presenting today, the first 2 features, Auto Clear Cache and MSR Query Analyzer, they are GA, they are generally available in all the packages. Whereas last 2 features, rich text enablement and like no PDF, no external storage for PDFs, they are accessible only to folks who have requested for early access. So coming back to early access, I request you to check this out. We will also share the link over our in the follow-up email. And I request you to go through it, fill the early access form so that we can coordinate with you and enable the features, enable the early access features. All right, back to Alia.
Before that, I'll take 5 minutes. Sorry. So let me share my screen. So as a next, I hope the screen is visible. Yeah. So as a next step, yes, this is the first of all the sessions that we are having as a feature demo. So we would like to get some feedbacks from you based on how the session went. And also, the most than the feedback part, yes, we'll be considering the feedbacks very seriously. Than the feedback part, what we would like to know is what are all the features that you would like to know, like is if there are any blockers with respect to the Apsona system. Is there any feature that you would like to know more about it, even after the documentations or the videos, where you would like to know that, okay, if it's shared with the larger audience, it'll be better. So for all those things, please feel free to add the features. The more and more you interact with us, the better these sessions can be modified based on the customer requirement. So that's the first one. And once this webinar has been ended, we'll be sending an email with the slide deck, the summary of the session, the demo recording, and the documentation of all the features, along with the feedback form also. So we'll be sharing it with you. And any questions that you have after this, please feel free to ask. We have 5 more minutes where we can take up all the questions. And Alia, if you have anything, please feel free to share. Yeah.
Any questions from the chat? Let me check the Q&A just to see. I don't see any questions in the Q&A chat or just the webinar chat. Oh, here's one. It says, this might be an obvious question, but where in our Salesforce org are these generated PDFs stored during the generation process?
A really great question. I'll share my screen again. So this is a little, it's actually a great question. Let me just show you. We have created a new object called Apsona Storage. So you can see, so this hello test name file has been generated here. It has few more details as well. Let's say the owner name, document link, number of records. If the PDF generation fails, then there is a file processed and error message as well that will show up here. And if you have to check out or get the same file back again, you can click on this and you can download it from here rather than again processing the request. Great question. Overall, I'll also put out, please feel free to reach out to support@apsona.com to ask any questions or clarifications on these new features.
I see 2 new questions. One is, are those files then available indefinitely as they are stored as records?
So that's correct. We are working on, so yes, it's basically based on your own policy for how long you want to retain those files. You can set up a policy of 1-day cleanup. You can set up a policy of 1-month cleanup based on your policy and based on your storage level. Again, great question.
The next question is, the analyzer showed the SQL for each step. Does it show how the steps are joined to each other?
Okay, so yes, I like to share my screen once again. I'll also show you a quick place where the join will be happen. So the join for step 1 and 2 will be there in the step 2. So if you look at here over here, okay. So the opportunity and account name is being linked. So while linking the opportunity and the account, we are linking it via the name part of it. So that's where this is being linked. So in the second step is a place where the linkage happens. So let's say step 2 and 3, if it is being linked, it'll be there in the step 3 part of it. So that will be the highlight of the part. So it'll always be there in the second step, like wherever the linkage is happening, that's the place where it will be linked to the previous object. It will be there in the same query. It will not be separated as a different query. It will be there in the same query.
So if I have to add further, I would say this is more like a X-ray of our MSR. A lot of people earlier had this issue that, hey, what's happening behind the scenes? We don't get to know. Right. So now you get to know what's happening behind the scenes. And if you know SQL, then you can kind of make sense of what's happening at each step, and then get more confident on the configuration that you have done. Does it answer your question, Beverly? Right. Great questions. Thank you. And please feel free to reach out to us by writing to support@apsona.com. We will be happy to answer such queries. And please use the roadmap tool, roadmap.apsona.com, to post any query or to post any request feature. We are actually using that as the platform for engagement with our clients and partners. And we prioritize features, we prioritize bug fixes based on the votes that come up on that portal. So I request you to check out roadmap.apsona.com. Alia, back to you.
Okay, I don't see any more questions. Everyone's just saying thank you and how helpful it was. So we can close out now.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Good day.